past village. It's about 0, might be even colder here. So we're at Charlotte Pass Village and it's absolutely freezing. I think it's about 0. It was 0 at Perisher, so it might be even colder here. And we just found out that there was a helicopter crash on the course last night, and so they've shortened both the courses. So I'm going to be running, I think, 41 k's now.
This is 5 course now, which is fantastic. Okay, so starting off, you're going to run off this hill, turn left, and then head around the sharp just like turn to 2.5 k's, turning left again towards the G-Stratus section. You keep following that trail to the G-Stratus section, turn around with all materials, and then head straight down to the lane. Turn around.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! All the best, have a great day out there, runners. Remember, when you're smiling, you run faster.
Thank you, boy!
So I had like a lot of setbacks leading up to this race. There was my Achilles, there was the fact that the race was originally sold out, and then about 4 weeks before the race I actually broke my toe as well. And so when I found out that the course had changed, it was kind of like, oh yeah, of course there's going to be something else as well. I was sad that it wasn't going to be my first ultra, but when the race started I was just happy to be out there on the trail. So this was the first major change to the course. We were meant to keep on going along the main range trail, but instead we turned around and headed back the way that we came. At this point, I was feeling pretty good. We'd been going pretty much entirely uphill for about 8.5 kilometers. But at that point I was pretty warmed up, and so I was keen to pick up the pace and spend the next 8 or so kilometers going downhill. This section of the trail was just so difficult mentally. It was almost entirely uphill for about 10 kilometers, just non-stop uphill. And the thing was, it wasn't that steep, so I felt like I should be running it, but at the same time, I had already run 20 plus kilometers, and so I was pretty exhausted and knew that I still had a long way to go. And so I was sort of running some and then walking some, and it just felt so demotivating just not being able to run the whole thing.
Just about to hit the 1,000 meters elevation gain, which is the most I've ever done in a run. So I'm feeling pretty wrecked at the moment. To the top. I've gone 25.6 k's.
I finally got to see Myra at the second aid station, which was a massive relief because I was really struggling at that point. I'd been going uphill and I was almost completely out of water as well. So I got to the aid station at just the right time.
Run for the camera.
Yeah, I could do with a couple more gel. Can you put 3 in there? I don't know if I would have finished if it was 50k. Sorry guys.
Well, this
I'm
is
so
a good
stuffed.
training. Sure, because I have it right here.
I'm sure, thank you.
When I broke my toe, I was hopeful that it would heal in time, which it pretty much did. It was pretty much fully healed at the start of the race. But the thing that I knew would be really difficult is the fact that I had done almost no training for the 4 weeks prior to the race. And so part of my plan going into the race was I knew that it was going to be a 2-lap course. And so if I didn't feel like I could finish the race after the first lap, I knew that I could stop there and that it wasn't going to be a massive issue. However, of course, with the change of course, that meant that that wasn't really a possibility. And so after 30 kilometers or so, I was just absolutely cooked.
You too.
So when I saw Myra, I thought that all I had to do from there was get to the top of the mountain and then that it would be all downhill from there back to Charlotte Pass Village. Unfortunately, I was wrong, and when I went a little bit further than that aid station, I saw that there was another part of the course that I would have to run down and then do a very steep uphill again before finally heading back down to Charlotte Pass Village.
After walking for like, I don't know, at least an hour, I'm glad that it's finally some downhill. But I still gotta come all the way back up this. Oh. So it's a nice downhill. Now I've got, I don't know, a couple of k's of uphill. And then most of it should be downhill. Hopefully I'll be able to speed up for most of it.
This last massive uphill was just so painful. I was walking so slowly up this massive hill, just trying to get to the top, knowing that it would be mostly downhill when I got to the top.
32 k's in, and I don't know how much further to the finish. I think it's 9 or maybe 10 k's. But yeah, mostly downhill from here, so I'm going to start running. Oh.
No, take bigger steps.
Just take bigger steps, it's easy.
I was cramping up like crazy, and I just had one more aid station, and then I knew that the rest of it was all downhill.
got it. 30.